Hello everybody and welcome to the Crypto Session Brief. We're on Tuesday the 6th of December 2022. Major headlines crossing the space today so far has been regarding the UK, and the UK's Treasury is finalising plans for a swath of new rules to regulate the cryptocurrency sector. It looks like the UK are making some strides to be a crypto hub. According to the FT, the new regulatory regime will include limits on foreign companies selling into the UK, provisions for how to deal with the collapse of companies, and restrictions on the advertising of products. Since the collapse of the FTX exchange has dealt a critical blow to the reputation of the, let's call it, Wild West industry, UK officials have been quick to show that they are taking action. Ministers are now set to take part in a consultation on the new regulatory regime on Wednesday, and the Treasury Committee will hold another evidence session with the FCA as it continues its inquiry into the crypto industry. Wednesday's meeting will also hear evidence of how football fans have lost out through crypto tokens endorsed by high-profile players and clubs. That's something that I posted about in the chat room not too long ago. The FT also reported that the Treasury's thinking claimed that the FCA will attain new powers to oversee crypto more broadly, including monitoring how companies operate and advertise their products. So this would be a pretty interesting move by one of the, let's call it major regulators in finance. And it sounds to me like they're ready to act and be quite aggressive. So whether this means we see any changing in price, highly doubt it, but it's a theme that we must keep an eye on, of course, with regulation. So that's the main headlines that have crossed my desk. I think everything else we've mainly covered, and or yesterday I should say. So nothing new on that front, nothing new on the FTX front as of yet, and no more bankruptcies as of yet. So let's focus on the technicals. We've got Litecoin, which is heading back into its descending trend line. It managed to break out of that wedge not too long on that triangular pattern, but then since retraced back and fully faded that breakout bar, and we did suggest this could happen and move back down to that descending trend line. Now is on the cards. Well, not on the cards, it's already happened. Now they're going to try and find a bounce. If not, we'll head down into that 75 region where we'll meet the ascending trend line, so the triangular bottom. Bitcoin has been ticking relatively flat so far today. If truth be told, there's not much movement. We're pretty much where we were on the open. So nothing really to add there from yesterday, apart from the fact we did knock back off the overhead resistance yesterday. Bit of correlation with equities again. I think yesterday overall risk off sentiment was sweeping through markets. Ethereum, as you can see, similar. So it wasn't able to hold at 1281, but below 1281 bearish. I'm looking for a move back down into the 1200 region, and that's where we'll find some support again. While Ripple continues to just track lower slightly. Starting to see a bit of red now on this chart. I haven't seen 5 days of red in a row for a little while. Well, I say a little while, it's been a good few weeks now, but that was when things got pretty rocky. Now it's been relatively quiet, but we're still dipping lower, as you can see, and not too volatile as of yet. But you can see just tracking low with that with that trend line, and now below the 0.3870 handle, and we've got daily closes below there over the past 2 days. So I'm watching that closely from here. That's a wrap for today's Crypto Session Brief.